Today our topic is why you should practice voluntary discomfort. Life is full of challenges, and sometimes it feels like we are constantly running away from discomfort. We want to be comfortable all the time. We want to avoid pain, stress, and difficulty. But what if I told you that seeking comfort all the time is actually holding you back? What if I told you that by embracing discomfort you could become stronger, more resilient, and even happier? This is the idea behind voluntary discomfort, and it's something that has been practiced for centuries by philosophers, warriors, and successful people. Let me explain why you should practice it and how it can change your life. First, let's talk about what voluntary discomfort means. It's simple. It means choosing to do things that are uncomfortable or difficult, even when you don't have to. For example, you might choose to take a cold shower instead of a warm one, or you might decide to skip a meal and fast for a day. You might sleep on the floor instead of a soft bed, or you might walk in the rain instead of staying indoors. These are small, deliberate choices to experience discomfort. Why would anyone do this? The answer is that discomfort teaches us important lessons. It makes us stronger, both mentally and physically. When you practice voluntary discomfort, you are training yourself to handle life's challenges better. One of the biggest benefits of voluntary discomfort is that it builds resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from difficulties. Life is unpredictable, and bad things happen to everyone. You might lose your job, face a health problem, or go through a tough relationship. These are moments when you need resilience. If you've never practiced discomfort, you might struggle to handle these situations. But if you've trained yourself to face discomfort, you'll be better prepared. Think of it like exercise. When you lift weights, you're putting stress on your muscles. This stress makes them stronger. Voluntary discomfort works the same way. It's like exercise for your mind and character. By choosing to face small challenges, you prepare yourself for bigger ones. Another reason to practice voluntary discomfort is that it helps you appreciate what you have. We often take things for granted when life is easy. We forget how lucky we are to have food, shelter, and comfort. But when you voluntarily give up these things for a short time, you start to see them in a new light. For example, if you fast for a day, you'll realize how much you usually eat without thinking. If you sleep on the floor, you'll appreciate your bed more. This gratitude can make you happier. It reminds you that even small things in life are valuable. And when you appreciate what you have, you're less likely to complain or feel unsatisfied. Voluntary discomfort also teaches you self-control. In today's world, we are surrounded by temptations. We can eat whatever we want, buy whatever we want, and spend hours on our phones or watching TV. It's easy to give in to these temptations and lose control. But when you practice voluntary discomfort, you learn to say no. You learn to resist instant gratification and focus on long-term goals. For example, if you choose to skip dessert or limit your screen time, you're building discipline. This discipline can help you in other areas of life, like saving money, studying, or staying healthy. Self-control is a powerful tool, and voluntary discomfort is one of the best ways to develop it. Now, let's talk about how voluntary discomfort can improve your mental strength. Life is full of stress and uncertainty. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you react. When you practice voluntary discomfort, you are training yourself to stay calm and focused in difficult situations. For example, if you're used to taking cold showers, you'll be better at handling unexpected challenges. You'll learn to stay calm under pressure and think clearly. This mental strength is invaluable in life. It helps you stay positive, make better decisions, and keep going when things get tough. Another benefit of voluntary discomfort is that it helps you break bad habits. Many of us have habits that hold us back, like procrastinating, overeating, or spending too much time on social media. These habits are hard to break because they give us instant pleasure. But when you practice voluntary discomfort, you learn to delay gratification. You learn to focus on long-term rewards instead of short-term comfort. For example, if you're trying to quit junk food, you might start by skipping snacks for a day. This small act of discomfort can help you build the discipline to make bigger changes. Over time, you will find it easier to break bad habits and replace them with good ones. Voluntary discomfort also helps you face your fears. Everyone has fears, whether it's fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown. These fears can hold us back and stop us from reaching our full potential. But when you practice voluntary discomfort, you learn to face your fears head-on. You learn that discomfort is temporary and that you can handle it. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, you might start by speaking in front of a small group. This voluntary act of discomfort can help you build confidence and overcome your fear. Over time, you will find that you're less afraid of taking risks and trying new things. One of the most important lessons from voluntary discomfort is that happiness doesn't come from comfort. Many people think that if they could just have more money, a bigger house, or a better job, they would be happy. But the truth is, happiness comes from within. It comes from being content with what you have and finding meaning in your life. When you practice voluntary discomfort, you learn to find joy in simplicity. You learn that you don't need a lot of material things to be happy. This mindset can make you more fulfilled and less stressed. It can help you focus on what truly matters, like relationships, personal growth, and helping others. Now you might be wondering how to start practicing voluntary discomfort. The good news is that it doesn't have to be extreme. You don't need to climb a mountain or live in the wilderness. You can start with small, simple actions. For example, you could take a cold shower once a week, or you could walk to work instead of driving. You could try fasting for a day, or you could sleep without a pillow. The key is to do something that pushes you out of your comfort zone, even if it's just a little bit. Over time, you can increase the level of discomfort as you become more comfortable with it. It's also important to remember that voluntary discomfort is not about punishing yourself. It's about growth. The goal is not to suffer for no reason, but to challenge yourself and become stronger. So, don't push yourself too hard or do anything that could harm you. Start small and listen to your body. If something feels too difficult, it's okay to take a step back. The important thing is to keep trying and to stay consistent. In conclusion, practicing voluntary discomfort is one of the best things you can do for yourself. It builds resilience, gratitude, self-control, mental strength, and discipline. It helps you break bad habits, face your fears, and find true happiness. Life is full of challenges, and you can't avoid them all. But by practicing voluntary discomfort, you can prepare yourself to handle whatever comes your way. You can become stronger, more confident, and more fulfilled. So, start today. Take a cold shower, skip a meal, or do something else that makes you uncomfortable. It might be hard at first, but over time, you'll see the benefits. You'll realize that discomfort is not something to fear, but something to embrace. And you'll discover that you are capable of more than you ever imagined.